Well, my first reaction was that's Trump being Trump. There's no way in hell that this thing is going to work. It involves too many moving parts. It involves ethnic cleansing of Palestine, of Gaza. It involves the American commitment of troops. It involves violations of international law. It involves the Palestinians renouncing their entitlement to the land on which they are. So it's just not going to work. Probably, and I'm only putting it out there, the reason for the deal is not so that the deal gets realized. The reason for it is so that Netanyahu could go back to his cabinet and say, okay, look, this is a deal down the road that's not going to give the Palestinians a state of their own. But in the meantime, we have to get through the ceasefire. And this will allow him to bring on board the extreme right wing of his cabinet for the ceasefire. And then Trump will do whatever betrayal he wants to do afterwards. The Middle Eastern countries that have responded so far have been extremely negative. Saudi Arabia has come out and said, of course, that we want a two-state solution. It hasn't identified the plan per se, but it's come out for us to two-state solution. The Egyptians and Jordanians have several times said that they are not interested in taking in Palestinian refugees. So it's a non-starter as far as the Arab world is concerned. The Arab world is on record as supporting a two-state solution. They've been on record since 2002 as supporting a two-state solution. So this is the way the Arab world wants to react. Walking away from the Palestinian issue, full support behind Israel has been something that has had a great deal of support in the United States among the extreme right, and not even the extreme right, but among the right as well. I think the Arab Americans who voted for Trump in Michigan and other places are having second thoughts.
The destruction of homes, the destruction of educational institutions, the displacement of Palestinians, their starvation, the denial of safe quarter to make Gaza uninhabitable. Trump is finishing the job, so to speak, by now proposing to move in and remove Palestinians altogether. It is not legal. Genocide is not legal. Ethnic cleansing is not legal. The acquisition of territory by force is not legal. This violates humanitarian, human rights, and other principles of international law. In the aftermath of the Second World War, there has been a system that has based a fundamental principle of self-determination as well as state equality, which prohibits the acquisition of territory by force and which centers people's rights to self-determination. It is a complete disrespect of these principles, and the impetus is on the international community in order to stem, restrain, isolate the United States and preserve what it can of this international order. Unless we are able to pay attention as much to what the United States does to other people abroad, then we are unable to adequately protect Americans in the United States.